have a short little tips today, but I want to start with any questions you've ever wondered. Why in the hell do we do this? Anything, because I don't slow down and tell you the why very often. So anything that bothers you, question why we do something or why we don't do this or whatever. Anything you can think of. Anybody have anything?
I've got it one. I had a girlfriend.
Oh, you troublemaker. You would. I'm just kidding. This is the way I control everybody else from asking stuff I can't answer. No, go ahead.
I'll be the sacrificial lamb. That's fine. No, I had a girlfriend who closed out a piece of business that had been in real life. It had been closed for a while, but she just went in recently and closed it out through NIA. And she said that she was a little uncomfortable about the fact that she had already asked that client for feedback, and then NIA did the auto feedback request that's generated when it gets closed out. And she was wondering if there was a way to opt out of that or any info around that.
So let me answer your question. There is no way to opt out today, but let me think about that. I don't like the idea of letting people opt out, because think about something, what we're trying to do, like Airbnb and VRBO, is making sure that your friends and family and referral partners are being taken care of by members. So imagine if somebody knows they had a bad experience, they're going to opt out of that. So the only comforting thing that you might tell your member is that survey only goes back to them. It's just for their eyes only. It doesn't get published out on Google, so it's not repetitious. It's just actually, that's not true. For you, the franchise owner, and the member. They're the only two people that see that survey. So hopefully that helps, but that'd be the reason I'd be a little reluctant to give them an option, because I think a lot of people, I think everybody that had a bad experience or thinks that a customer's not happy would opt out, and we lose the power of that. It's a good one. What else?
So Scott, I've had feedback from people who are, I don't know, I think they're just used to weekly meetings, so they question the time frame in between and losing that connectivity, even though I do let them know that we have opportunities to still stay connected electronically. So I'm not sure how to.
That's an easy answer. And this is part of you weaning yourself from enabler to leader. So watch this. I'm not suggesting you're enabling. I'm just saying overall. So watch this. Oh, if you're feeling like you're losing connection, then schedule a one-to-one every week. You should be doing that anyway. By the way, BNI tells you to do that. So if they're feeling like a lost connection, they should go on a one-to-one every week. If they've got a service they can offer nationwide, they should join Network with the Nation. And then hopefully you're offering, you don't have to anymore, requirement in your franchise document, but it was suggested that you're offering 10 opportunities a year. So let me make a suggestion right now. In Houston, on the fourth Thursday of most months, we don't do it in July because everyone leaves the city, and we don't do it in December, but the fourth Thursday of every month, different franchise owners take a turn hosting a citywide mixer. So that's for all your groups and invitations. So you may experiment. So some franchise owners do a coffee on the first week, and they come to the citywide mixer on the fourth week. You might experiment over the next 3 months. Do one coffee, do one lunch, and do one mixer. And you don't pay for those. You're not paying for those. You just buy your cup of coffee.
Okay.
See where you get the most attendance, and invite all the members you have that are within 20 minutes of each other. That way they don't lose the connection. And I can just tell you, our most connected franchise owners do that religiously. I won't name any names, but I watch it, I see it, and I think all of our franchise owners that are making a lot of money would tell you that they do that. I don't know of anyone that doesn't. So do a breakfast, do a coffee click, a lot of times call it, do a lunch, and all you're doing is calling a restaurant saying, hey, I'm going to have 12 to 16 people. I need a big table if you can. But you want to do those things regularly so they don't feel that. Great question.
Okay.
Great question.
Thank you. That helps. Yeah.
Okay. And then, okay. What else? Anything else? Any questions? Jessica, I know you got to have a question about why we do something. Anybody else before I go into a little presentation?
Well, I'd like to make a comment about, you asked everybody for their their zip codes, an address for Google for where we were doing our business.
Yes.
And I had somebody move to town from Nashville. She Googled it, called me, reached out to me right away, and I signed her up yesterday.
What a girl.
So that was a great thing that you had us all do. Yep.
Awesome. So what
So
she's
that was a
referencing,
positive, doing that exercise.
thank you. What she's referencing is we're about to embark on an enormous SEO project starting March 15th, and hopefully it'll continue to move the needle of guests finding us. We think there's a real opportunity here. And frankly, we're using AI. So watch this, Jessica. It's gonna take us a little time. Now, you could expedite this if you're using AI, but imagine if you go on Chat GPT. Let me see if I can do it. Let me share my screen. Watch this. Let's see. Sometimes this is blog, but I have an account now. So yeah, I gotta wait until they come back. So I'll check in a second. But imagine if I come right over here and type in give me 10 great reasons to network in Spokane, Washington. And we do that in Minnesota, and we do that in why University of Houston alumni should network together. And we just copy and paste the article. We'll clean it up. Then we're going and adding that to the back of that map that you just referenced, Carolyn. So it's going to take us a lot of time. We're going to ask you, I'm just giving you a little hint, on March 6th, when we get together, we're going to ask you if you'd like to go to the top of the list to go get an article from ChatGPT for each one of your groups. And then Dan's going to go put that on the back of that map, and that content's going to help us drive people to your group. And so we're doing this. I mean, this is how AI can help us. And the people that do it first are going to be at the front. So we're going to, we're going to be there. So we'll talk about that on the 6th. But if you want to get a head start, you just go to ChatGPT, type in some kind of couple of questions about, your local area, and it'll give you the information. You wordsmith it the way you like, and then hold on to it. And then on the 6th of March, we'll ask you to send those, and we'll start putting some content up. Okay, so that's great news, Carolyn. Thank you for sharing that. It's just going to get better. And would you believe we still have over 40% of franchise owners who do not give us their address, nor do they publish an event. When you publish your event, when you create your event on the site, and it asks you what type of event, make sure you're putting public. Because when you put it public, it goes up on the front of the site. This is one of the things I feel like you're paying a royalty for. And it's awesome. We know it's going to work. It's already working. So thank you, Carolyn, for sharing that. Come on, Tony. I know you got on here to ask me some tough question that you wonder why we did something.
No, I got on here because I knew where to find you. And I knew and
I was in India. I was in India this morning. Where are we at 10 o'clock, Denise? We're in Israel. We had a call with India this morning and one with Israel in a minute. But I'm always here, Miss Tony. Okay, so any other questions? Yeah.
I do have one. So is there a reason why we don't get a monthly or an annual statement from NIA that kind of, just
you're talking about an accounting of your royalties?
Correct.
Yeah, because we don't collect annually. So that doesn't mean, Julie, you can't call Denise in a one-off and say, can you help me? She has reports of everything. But because we collect royalties twice a month, and we're required by our FDD to do certain things around that, there's no real reason to send an annual. We would expect you to have that. You have all the invoices, but that doesn't mean we can't help you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. We just don't, the short answer, Julie, is we just don't look for extra work. But Denise can help you with that. Okay. Anything else?
Scott, I have a comment
Yes, ma'am.
about ChatGPT. For those of you going to the conference in Vegas, there's a session on using ChatGPT and social media. So I'm planning to attend that. So maybe the others that are going might want to as well.
And that agenda, all those agendas are up on the summit.network in action. You should be getting regular texts from us. And Sunday at 5 o'clock, we'll be in the lobby bar there. And hopefully everyone will wear their blue coats because I like to get a nice picture. I can tell you, yeah, so we'll leave it there. So yeah, so we'll thank you, Catherine, for that.
Thank
Scott,
you. Also, sorry, if we talk about Vegas, whoever has been there before, I would like to know like what were good seminars that we should attend, or some recommendations in that
Yeah,
way.
you know,
so we can
it's
make
really
the most out of
personal.
it.
It's really personally where you are. They really do a good job. There's some breakout, some round tables. So if you like to be in more intimate settings, look for the round tables. That's all I would suggest. And then they get in really good speakers. I know Drew Brees is speaking at one point. So, but if you want to be in a more intimate setting, then be at the round tables. If you want to be in a large group, just sitting and listening, look for the conversation type things, the speeches.
Okay, and then Catherine Dahl had mentioned something about chat seminar.
Yeah,
that's
there's a
happening.
session. There's a session on Chat GPT.
Okay.
That you can see on the summit site that we put the agenda up.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Go ahead. Pat. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
worries.
Any other questions?
I'm gonna be charged a fee on the meeting space that I'm having, so I'm gonna have to start looking around for a meeting space again.
Oh yeah, no, don't pay a fee.
Yeah, somebody offered me meeting rooms that are made available through Pinnacle Bank. but I
Yeah,
would
let's
need to
take, if you
have-
don't mind, let's take that offline and you just call me
Okay.
as soon as this is over.
Okay,
We'll handle that. Okay, awesome. But I will handle it. I'll help you. So call me.
sure.
There's also a video on the site about how to negotiate a meeting room under agendas. But let's take,
Yeah, I've seen that. It's a more specific question, but thanks.
okay. What else? Anything else about why we do anything before I jump into a quick little presentation? I thought we would be helpful. Okay, nothing else? Y'all are easy today. Y'all are feeling sorry for me. I could have handled it, Angela. I had 2 cups of coffee. I was ready for it. Okay, so Chat GPT is still ready. All right, let's go to Nest. What I want to do is I'm going to go quickly, but I'm going to show you something under each heading that will make you money. All right, so let's start under documents. Some of you may not know that you can sell a membership to Network with the Nation only, meaning they don't come to your group. They're not obligated to come to a meeting, but they will pay you. So here they are. And here it is right here, membership network, Nation Network with agreement. All right. So typically, because you're not buying them a drink, we get a $150 application fee. Feel free to get $200, but at least get $150. They do take a background check. You charge them $9.95 for the year, and you'll notice there's no guaranteed ROI on here. When you go to add them to your system, it's quite easy. You do it the same exact way. So go back and look at anyone who ever said, I don't know if I can commit to a monthly meeting, or all of my business comes nationwide. But basically, you add them the same exact way. So they are not a try before you buy, and the group is already started. And when you come down here to add them to a group, and it says what group, every single one of you should have the ability to put them in to the Network with the Nation. If you don't, call Denise. So right here, if you put them in Network with the Nation. So I want you to imagine that you wanted to buy something that cost you around $800, and you really been like, I have a new driver, Steve Guard. Now that I've increased my swing speed, there's a driver I want that's about $700. And I'm not buying it until I can put somebody in Network in the Nation. And you know that if each one of us did that, we'd have over 100 people in that group. If everyone would just do one in the next quarter, just do one in the next quarter, and go treat yourself to something that's $800. That's your profit on that. So who joins that group? People who want to do business all around the country, people who don't want to commit to a monthly meeting. They still get onboarded. They still get 2 videos. They still get RepMan. They still get a consultation on Google My Business page. And they come to Network with the Nation on the first Wednesday whenever they want.
It's also a good thing for people who are in an area that doesn't have an NIA group.
People don't have an NIA group. So just look at your prospects over, just go back, spend 15 minutes going back and look at every prospect you've ever talked to and see if there's not one person. And who cares if they pay you monthly, whatever. Find a way. If every one of us could put one person in the next quarter, we'd have over 100 members in that group. So they get all the posts, they get all the, they get everything your members get except the guaranteed ROI, and people will join. Believe me, I've sold a number of them. So again, go ahead.
that has the chat portal and the profiles and stuff, just like everything else?
Everything, nothing different. It's just a different member. All right.
So background check, everything.
Everything except guaranteed ROI and a requirement to go to a meeting. I have a lady who just renewed who told me she only did 2 Network with the Nation calls all month, but she said, I know it's my fault, not yours, and I need to be in this group. She
So-
gave me 2 meetings, she told me. Go ahead, Angela.
Is there like, we have a pamphlet for Network in Action. Do we have a handout or anything for Network with the Nation?
I'll look and see.
Like
If
a
we,
one-page something that gives them a little
I'll
idea?
make that happen.
Okay, thank you. That would help a lot.
Watch how I make that happen, Angela. Denise, will you help me? All right, so okay, so that's the first thing. That's the first thing. So that's the first $800 you're gonna make right there. Boom. Just commit to getting 1 in the next quarter. All right, now we've lots of other stuff under documents, but let's go under partners. Okay, this is simple. And sometimes y'all think, oh yeah, 6 members a month. I haven't sold but 6 in 4 months. Okay, but let me just tell you 2 ways to do that. I challenge anyone to do this for the next 3 months and come back and tell me I was wrong. You want to get 6 members a month? You may not get them the first month, but if you do this for 3 months, you 100% will add 18 members. And if you don't, you call me on it and we'll figure out what's going on. Here's all you got to do. Right now, commit to hold a next level networking every 3 weeks for a quarter. Let me tell you, I heard from Julie Nervelli. I've heard from Gary Stout. I've heard from people all over the country. When we market launch and learns, attendance sucks, pardon my French. When we market next level networking or come learn about AI chat, you know how long, I'm going to put up a paper, I'm going to make myself a note. You know how long it would take for me to give you, I'm doing a next level networking in Houston in a couple of weeks. And I just put in the invitation that come learn everything you need to know about AI. And I'm going to have 7 websites that I'm going to give them a sheet that they can go to download graphics. They can go to here for grammar. They can go here for content. I'll share that sheet with you, and all of a sudden you're an expert in AI. You don't have to do anything but show them a few websites. Attendance is greater when you offer a value, like have your social media person speak. Okay, so we're seeing this. We're getting larger groups. So you had an unsuccessful, I love this. You had an unsuccessful launch and learn. You spent $80 and you sold a member. So you made $1,700 and you consider that an unsuccessful afternoon. I don't understand it. Do one every 3 weeks for 13 weeks. Go to 3 networking meetings a week. Don't ever pick up the telephone. Don't ever prospect. Just go to 3 networking meetings a week and leave each one of those meetings with 2 appointments. So if I'm talking to Amy and at the end of the call, I say, Amy, grab your phone. I think I can help you. She doesn't even know what I do. I'm going to take a chance because Amy's only a 5-minute drive. It's only going to cost me 40 minutes of my life. I've talked to Amy for 30 minutes this networking meeting, and all Amy's talked about is her book, her business, and that's fine. Amy, I'd like to visit with you. I think I can help you. Oh, Scott, what company do you have? Well, I've built out a professional group of business people who meet once a month, and I want to see. I think let's visit over coffee. Amy, you got your phone? What's a good date? If I do that 3 times a week and I leave with 2 appointments, I'm having 6 conversations. Somebody tell me if there's an easier way to have 6 or 8 appointments in a week. You got to find the networking. So wake up Monday morning, find 3 meetings, go get 2 appointments. If you do that for 3 months, you're going to sell 6 members. You're going to sell 18 members. I'm telling you, you may not the first few weeks. And so what happens is people back off. So here's a great little thing to print out. It's right on Nest under partners, 6 members a month. All right, meetings. My meeting agenda tip right here. If you go right here to meetings and you do staples of all NIA meetings and you follow this at your meetings, but here's the tip. You ready, Monica? The next time you're in, let's say you just had your meeting last week and you bump into somebody or you have an appointment or they say they want to come as a guest. What do I say? I am meeting, unless it's 2 or 3 or 4 days before my meeting. If it's 2 or 3 or 4 days before my meeting, I say, okay, come on, love to have you. But I had a lady yesterday. My business coach is now a franchise owner, so I have to replace my business coach. Okay. And I have a lady that does mindset stuff, but her mindset is so strong that she's like, go get a business coach. Think about that. I have a mindset coach who tells me to go get a business coach because that's not what I do. So I said, great. I was waiting around for 3 months. So now I've got a business coach. And you know what she told me yesterday on the phone? I was at the airport and it was loud. I couldn't hear. And she said, well, this sounds great. I'd like to come visit. And I said, oh, Ian, one of the differences with us is I really don't do visitors. What I do is I put you in our program where you get to experience everything for 3 or 4 weeks. So if you're willing to commit 15 to 20 minutes to an onboarding, you're welcome to come to the meeting with no obligation. So if you've got 2 full weeks or 3 weeks, don't do guest. They're going to take your lead. If you say, oh, great, come, what happens? 60% of the time they don't show up. And then you call me, oh, I'll come next month. And all of a sudden you're chasing your tail. So I said to this lady, I don't really do guests, Ingrid. I said, if you want to give me 15 to 20 minutes and I'll give you some value, I'm going to record 2 videos. So I make sure that they know that I'm not just taking 20 minutes of their time. I'm giving them value. So Ingrid, if you'll give me 20 minutes and be ready for a couple of videos, I'm going to give you some videos you can use on social media, free, just as a show you the value Network in Action has. Probably let you meet with my mindset coach before the meeting, because quite frankly, you know, Belanie's going to sell her. And then she's going to come to the meeting. Is that better, Monica, than having somebody come as a guest maybe in 3 weeks? And what did I do? I just had the courage to say, I don't really do guests. You know, it's not fair to my members. They've been with me 9 years. But I took control of the situation. So right here, if all you do is change, and if you have 2, 2.5, 3 weeks before your meeting, put them in the try before you buy, quit having guests. Now, if I'd have met this lady 4 days before my meeting, I would have said, yeah, come on as a guest. I'd love to have you. Any questions about that? It's very, very effective. So under meetings, just look at staples of NIA meeting, but really what you're doing is you're not doing guests, you're doing try before you buy. All right, prospect videos. The video here I would use is the NIA difference. And this video is 2 minutes and 4 seconds. I'm not going to play it right now, but this is a decent video to send to people if they ask you to send some information. I think it quickly and easily and professionally identifies what our difference is. So that's a little tip under videos. Okay. Under value added leadership.
I'm sorry, where's that under videos?
That's under videos, under prospect videos, the NIA difference, network and action difference.
Okay, so when they ask for something like a flyer.
Yeah, somebody
whatever,
says, oh,
send
you have
them
something you can send me, or do you have something I can send my boss or whatever? It's 2 minutes, a little longer than you want, but it's professionally done and gets all of our message across.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then under value added leaders, I would print out these 10 tips. Okay, 10 tips. They're just 10 little things that'll remind you of what it means to be a good leader and to add extra value. And lastly, this is very easy. You all gave me a lot of money. I take it seriously, you know, over $4 million. Okay. You don't have to wonder what to do. Look right here. Under training, there is a spreadsheet. You've already done 80 something things. If all you do for the next 13 weeks, if you want to change your life, if you want to change the trajectory, because I'm living it, guys. I don't spend, I know y'all get tired of me saying it, I don't spend 2 hours a week on my groups. I don't make as much money as a lot of people on my groups because I don't spend as much time on them, but I'm well over $100,000 bucks. I'm in like $118,000 on 2 hours a week now. This is where you're trying to get. I mean, I would love it, Angela, if in 3 years you call me and you said, I'm buying another franchise. I'm buying an XYZ franchise. Great. Go make yourself another $100,000 or build 5 more groups, whatever you want. But you're trying to get, and you can't get there. I don't care if you own a Subway or a Sinorama or whatever. The first 1.5 to 2 years is a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work to start a business. So go to those. If you want to use the phone, use the phone. If you don't want to use the phone, go to networking meetings. I mean, how easy it is to find 3 networking meetings and leave with 6 appointments. It's easy. It's not digging ditches. So that's your 8 or so meaningful conversations every week. Okay? Hold a launch and learn 3 weeks. You're going to hold 4 the next 13 weeks, no matter what happened. I love Gary's story. He had to cancel the day before because it didn't work. And you saw his post yesterday. But he worked it. He didn't just roll out an Eventbrite and do nothing. He worked it, and then he got the dividends by going to a happy hour and standing up in front of a crowd for 20 minutes and collecting money. Wow. Okay, don't give up on people. Just be nice. Hey, Amy, I know I've called you 3 times, but I got something important and I don't want to stalk you, but I think you're going to want to hear about this. Or maybe you know somebody who's trying to grow their business. Can we talk before I hang up? Okay. Add people to the various strips. All right. If you just do this, I mean, it's right here for you. It's very simple. If you just do that, you're going to have this, which is 6 members a month. And if you do that for 12 months, you got 72 people and you're well over 120 or 30 grand. Questions? There's lots of stuff here. I had people tell me in the old days more than now, oh, this is disorganized. I can't find stuff. Okay, if you just go to here and you sell one network with the nation, and you go to here and you try to get 6 members a month and let that be your goal. If you go here and don't let people visit anymore, put them in as try before you buy. Send this video to people who want to have something up front. Look at the extra things you can do to be a great leader and just follow the model. You will be in high cotton in no time. Fair enough? Okay, awesome. So tomorrow is our last day of Tips with Talley, and I look forward to that. So we'll post that, and hopefully we'll see you at 9:30 Central Time. Thank you all very much for joining. I appreciate it, and hopefully these are valuable.
Thank you.